They say knowledge is power, but what if the most powerful knowledge was hidden in plain sight for thousands of years, buried beneath symbols, ancient manuscripts, and passed down only through secret circles? There lies a set of teachings so profound, so transformative, that those in power have done everything to keep it from you. These teachings, known as the 7 Hermetic Principles, form the very foundation of how reality works. Not belief, not speculation, reality. These are not fairy tales or mystical fluff. These are universal laws, like gravity, operating whether you believe in them or not. Used correctly, they give you leverage over your mind, your emotions, your life, even the world around you. But here's the twist. You've already been influenced by them. From the media you consume to the systems that shape your thinking, these principles have been used on you, not by you. In this video, I'm going to reveal what they are, how they're used in secret, and more importantly, how you can use them to take your power back. Stay with me, because once you hear the first principle, you won't be able to unsee it. If you're the kind of person who's always felt there's more to reality than what they've told us, you're not alone. And this is your moment. Before we dive deeper, I want you to tell me in the comments, have you ever felt like the truth was being hidden from you on purpose? It's not just a feeling, it's by design. The first Hermetic principle is perhaps the most powerful of them all, and also the most unsettling. The all is mind. The universe is mental. Think about that for a second. Everything you see, touch, feel, everything that exists begins in the mind. Your reality isn't just shaped by your thoughts. It is your thoughts. You don't live in the world. You live in the world your mind constructs. This is not self-help fluff. Modern quantum physics whispers similar truths, hinting that the observer changes the observed, that consciousness may very well be the framework of the universe itself. Now imagine what that means for you. Your beliefs, your self-talk, your thoughts, they're not just passive background noise. They are literally crafting your future in real time. And here's the scary part. Those who understand this have been programming your mind for you through ads, media, culture, and fear. But now you know. And once you know, you can't go back. Let this sink in. If you can learn to command your thoughts, you can bend your reality. Let's test this right now. In the comments, write one belief you've carried your whole life that you now question. You might be surprised how many people feel the same. If this is hitting something deep in you, that's not by accident. So pause here. Hit that like button if your mind just shifted even slightly, because we're just getting started. And trust me, the next principle will shake the very ground beneath your idea of cause and effect. As above, so below. As within, so without. The second Hermetic principle is correspondence, and it might just be the key to decoding the universe. This principle teaches us that the patterns in the cosmos mirror the patterns in your mind, the spiral of a galaxy, the spiral in your fingerprint, the cycles of nature, the cycles of your emotions. What happens on one level of reality reflects what's happening on another. Ever notice how when your inner world is chaotic, everything around you starts to fall apart too? That's not coincidence. That's correspondence. And those who understand this principle don't try to control the outside world first. They master the inner one. Because once you bring order within, everything else starts aligning. This is why ancient initiates spent years mastering their mind, their breath, their energy, not chasing money or power first, because they knew the world is a reflection of the self. So here's a question I want you to answer in the comments. Where in your life is the outside world mirroring something unresolved within? And while you're thinking about that, if this content is revealing things you've never been told, that's not random. Algorithms bury this kind of knowledge. So if you want more people to see this, hit share and subscribe right now. That's how we outsmart the system that hides this. Next, We're entering one of the most controversial principles, one that turns your idea of cause and effect upside down. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The third Hermetic principle is vibration, and it may be the most underestimated key to unlocking reality. Every single thing in existence, matter, thought, emotion, even your name, carries a specific frequency. That means nothing is truly solid. Everything is in constant motion, including you. And here's the wild part. The state you live in is the vibration you're tuned to. When you're angry, afraid, or hopeless, your vibration drops. You start attracting people, situations, and thoughts that match that frequency. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because it's responding with perfect accuracy. This is why so many stay stuck in cycles. They unconsciously vibrate at the same level as their struggles. But there's a hidden truth no one ever told you. Vibration can be shifted through breath, through sound, through awareness, through intention. Even ancient temples were built to harness sound frequencies. Why? Because vibration is influence. And when you learn to raise yours, you become the one affecting the world, not the one being affected by it. So here's your challenge. Leave a comment with the one emotion you want to vibrate in more consistently and the one you're ready to release. And if this gave you goosebumps or clarity, show it. Like the video so we know this message is reaching the right minds. That's the only algorithm that matters. Up next is a principle they really don't want you to understand, because once you do, the illusion of randomness vanishes forever. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. This is the fourth Hermetic principle, polarity. We're taught to see the world in opposites, good versus evil, light versus dark, love versus hate, success versus failure. But what if I told you these aren't opposites at all? They're the same thing, just at different degrees. Hot and cold are both temperature. Love and hate are both emotion. Light and dark are both aspects of perception. What separates them is vibration and perspective. The moment you understand this, everything changes. Suddenly, anger isn't the enemy. It's just misdirected passion. Fear isn't weakness. It's energy waiting to be transmuted. This is the hidden power of polarity. Once you recognize the spectrum, you can shift your position on it, consciously. You're not stuck with hate. You're not bound by fear. You can slide the scale toward what you truly want to feel, to embody, to live. This is exactly why the system keeps us emotionally reactive, always stuck in extremes, never realizing we can choose where to vibrate. Now pause and ask yourself, what negative state have you labeled as bad? That might just be an invitation to transform. Drop it in the comments and take your power back by naming it. And if this perspective flipped a mental switch, hit subscribe now. Because when you understand the next principle, you'll never see cause and effect the same way again. Everything flows, out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. This is the fifth Hermetic principle, rhythm. The universe moves in patterns, waves, cycles, seasons, tides. And whether you notice it or not, your life does too. Your energy has rhythms, your mood, your success, your relationships. They rise and they fall. It's not random, it's law. What most people do, they fight the downs, panic when things slow down, get desperate when the wave pulls back. But the Hermetic masters knew, when the pendulum swings in one direction, it must return with equal force. So instead of resisting the downswings, they prepared for them and used the momentum to rise even higher. The trick? Don't attach your identity to the rhythm. You are not the swing. You are the observer of the swing. And when you become aware of that, you gain balance, perspective, and power. It's why some people stay calm in chaos and grounded in glory. They're not immune. they're in rhythm. So take a second. Think about a cycle you keep experiencing. Is it emotional, financial, mental? Name it in the comments. That awareness is the first step to breaking it. And if this principle explains something you've always felt but never understood, then help this truth ripple outward. Like it. Share it. Let it reach someone who's in the middle of their low tide right now. The next principle reveals something truly mind-altering. The truth about cause, effect, and who's actually in control. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. This is the sixth Hermetic principle, cause and effect. Most people drift through life thinking things just happen. They blame luck, coincidence, fate. But there are no accidents. Everything that exists is the result of a cause, even if that cause is invisible. And here's the part no one wants to hear. If you're not consciously creating causes, you're unconsciously becoming an effect. You either generate your life, or you get swept into someone else's design. Every thought you think, every choice you make, every belief you hold, is setting causes into motion that ripple outward and return with consequences. That's not punishment. That's precision. And the elite, the powerful, they don't react to life. They cause it. They study patterns. They plant intentions. They act with clarity, and reality obeys. If you're tired of feeling like life is happening to you, this principle is your wake-up call. Think about it. What's one area in your life where you've been living passively, waiting, hoping, drifting, instead of creating? Drop it in the comments. That declaration is your first conscious cause. And if this message hit you like a personal sign, don't just watch. Subscribe. Because when you know the final principle, you'll understand how creation itself truly happens. Gender isn't everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This is the seventh and final Hermetic principle, gender. But don't let the word fool you. This isn't about biology or social roles. It's about the dual creative forces that exist within all things, including you. The masculine is directive. It initiates, penetrates, projects. The feminine is receptive. It nurtures, gestates, brings form to energy. Nothing can be created without both. A thought, masculine, held in attention, feminine, becomes belief. An idea, masculine, embraced by emotion, feminine, becomes reality. This dance of polarity births your entire experience, and yet, most people live out of balance. Some are trapped in endless planning, thinking, pushing, masculine overdrive with no manifestation. Others are stuck in passivity, feeling, waiting, dreaming, feminine without direction. But the true power lies in integration. When you align the inner masculine and feminine, you become whole, focused yet intuitive, driven yet patient, magnetic yet precise. This is the secret behind manifestation, behind spiritual power, behind all creative force. Now ask yourself, in your current life, are you more in masculine energy or feminine? And which side have you neglected? Comment below with your answer. It'll show you exactly where to begin your realignment. And if this final principle brought the full picture together for you, show it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's make this ancient knowledge impossible to ignore. Now that you've seen all 7 Hermetic principles, take a step back and look again. They weren't just 7 ideas. They're a complete system, a blueprint for how reality is structured and how you, the observer, the creator, move through it. The principle of mentalism told you, everything begins in the mind. Correspondence showed you, every level of reality reflects every other. Vibration reminded you, nothing is static. All is movement, frequency, and change. Polarity revealed, opposites are illusions, and everything exists on a sliding scale. Rhythm uncovered the tides that govern your highs and lows, and how to ride them. Cause and effect shattered the myth of randomness, putting your power back in your hands. And gender? It brought it all together, showing that only through balance can creation truly happen. What you've just discovered is what mystics, magicians, philosophers, and spiritual scientists have guarded for thousands of years. Not because it's forbidden, but because it's powerful. These aren't beliefs, these are operations, the laws behind the illusion. And here's the truth. Whether you apply them or not, they're working on you. But now, you have the chance to work with them, consciously. So tell me, which of these principles hit you the hardest? Which one challenged the way you've seen reality? Comment below. Share your insight. This is where your mastery begins. If you've made it this far, something inside you already knows. This knowledge was never meant to stay hidden forever. The 7 Hermetic Principles aren't just ancient ideas carved into forgotten texts. They're alive. They're active. They've always been shaping your life, quietly, invisibly, until now. And now that you've seen them, the question is, what will you do with them? You can forget them. Move on. Go back to the illusion of randomness and powerlessness. Or you can begin to apply them, even in the smallest ways. Shift a thought. Observe a rhythm. Choose your vibration. Take responsibility for a cause. Because the moment you do, you step out of the role of victim and into the role of conscious creator. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You just need awareness and the courage to act on it. And if this video planted something inside you, a seed, a question, a fire, don't let it fade. Feed it. Comment below what this awakening means to you, which principle you'll apply first, or even what confused you. That's how real dialogue begins. And if you want more content that digs beneath the surface, deeper than what the algorithms are designed to promote, then like, subscribe, and share this message with someone ready to hear it. Because the more we awaken together, the harder the truth becomes to hide. The principles are yours now. Use them well.